Hello everyone, Ron here from RJJ's Reactions, and I'm putting a new artist on the channel, new for my channel anyway. His name is Ben Caplan. Apparently he's Canadian from Halifax, Nova Scotia. I haven't heard of him before, but it was suggestion from one of the viewers, so thank you very much. I want to thank everybody for all of the suggestions you've made. I've done a lot of the recommendations. I haven't counted them up, but there's many, many, many. And this one is Ben Caplan, Down to the River. So let's have a listen. I should have mentioned we'll go over the lyrics afterwards because he wrote his own lyrics. This is Ben Caplan, Down to the River, live in Bellwoods 42. I believe this is the Bellwoods near Toronto, Ontario. And it's a park, obviously. Let's have a listen.
I went down to the river, flowing out onto the sea. On my way to the ocean, let the spirit swallow me. I got low down in the water, I let the current guide my bones. I got 9 kinds of trouble, I'm just trying to find my way home. Over 20 some.
Yeah, I like his voice so far. Not quite sure what to say about it. It's not quite gravelly at this point, I don't think, but there's something to it. There's a depth to it, and I like the strumming on the guitar as well. Really nice. Of course, the setting is beautiful in a park, and a folksy feel to it. Really works well.
9 kinds of trouble, I'm just trying to find my way home. Over 20 some years of living and 1,000 wasted days. I have loved a lot of women, many times I've gone wrong ways, and I came down to the water for a dip to cleanse my soul. They keep telling me that I'm just a baby, but baby, why do I feel so old? La, da, 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 da. This is the verge of a breakthrough. It's a fine line that cannot be bent, and I felt like a river run dry, but I don't know where all of the rainwater went. And I believe we were all dead or dying, but I see different in the blue light. There is no such thing as a dawn or a dusk. It's daylight until it is night. You gotta fight through the dimming. You gotta run into the west. You gotta rage against the dying of the light. Live for the moment that's left. You've got to fight against the dimming. You gotta run into the west. You gotta rage against the dying of the light. Live for the moment that's left, 'cause there is no such thing as a dying man. We're alive till the moment we're dead, and a drowning man is just a living man who hasn't run out of his last bit of breath.
Yeah, he's got some power there, and you can hear more of the grit when he's sort of screaming out there. And I like the way he used his breath there too. That was cool. Let's back it up just a little bit.
We're dead, and a drowning man is just a living man who hasn't run out of his last bit of breath.
Deep breath.
Let the spirit swallow me. I got low down in the water. I let the current guide my bones. I got nine kinds of trouble. I'm just trying to find my way home. Find my way home. Find my way home. Find my way home.
Well done. Yeah, that was good. All right, I'll just stop there at the guitar. Uh, Beautiful picking of a guitar, especially in certain points, and you might have seen me closing my eyes. That's not like I'm falling asleep, but uh, sometimes when you close your eyes, you can hear the music in a different way, particularly the instrumentation. And I think I first really recognized this when I was sitting in an orchestra many years ago now in the Toronto Philharmonic Orchestra. And I just happened to close my eyes, and all of a sudden the music changed. And it was the same music. They were playing the same tune, but so I like to watch the performers in the videos, and of course in live orchestra I like to watch them too, but every once in a while I would close my eyes just to get that extra bit from your ears. And I was doing that with the guitar here because it just changes it. I think it does it for everyone, because I've heard lots of people say the same thing, and I've mentioned this to some people in person, and then when we turn on the music and they do it, especially with something like this, or an orchestra, as I say, the instrumentation, sometimes it can really change your listening. Uh, Really well done. I like his voice. I think it's a great voice, well presented, good song. I look forward to looking at the lyrics. I picked up a number of them, but not all. So let's have a look at the lyrics now. Down to the River by Ben Caplan. He wrote these lyrics himself. I went down to the river, blowing out onto the sea. On my way to the ocean, let the spirit swallow me. So, okay, let's just keep going for a minute. I got low down in the water. I let the current guide my bones. I got nine kinds of trouble. I'm just trying to find my way home. Uh, so trying to drown yourself, drown your sorrows, or just trying to, it almost sounds like floating on your way home. I let the current guide my bones. Over 20 some years of living and 1,000 wasted days, I have loved a lot of women. Many times I've gone wrong ways, and I came down to the water for a dip to cleanse my soul. They keep telling me that I'm just a babe, but baby, why do I feel so old? So, over 20 years of living, not a lot from my perspective now, but when you when you're in your 20s, or whatever, yeah, you feel you. So, I hear people much younger than I saying how old they are, and and I know that when I used to say it to my father, sometimes he would laugh too, and it's like, yeah, I know, you're older than I, but we all have those feelings. We feel old some days. Other days you might feel young until you try to do a backflip or something. Don't try that. I'm not trying it. Wasted days. Loved a lot of women. Many times I've gone wrong way. Sure, I mean, you make a lot of mistakes in your life, but not necessarily with men or women, but just in general, you can go the wrong way a number of times. And water is often used, well, I mean, it literally cleanses us, doesn't it? But also sort of in other senses, it can clean your soul. It can clean you away. It can refresh you. It really can. I love swimming. So, and in cold Ontario lakes in particular, it can feel like a whole new life sometimes when you damn near freeze to death, and you get out and you feel like you're born again, even though I'm not a religious man, but it just feels refreshing, that refreshing sometimes. And it's a relief, and it temporarily at least makes you forget about your troubles because you're just trying to survive that frigid water. They keep telling me that I'm just a babe, but baby, do I feel so old. This is the verge of a breakthrough. It's a fine line that cannot be bent, and I felt like a river ran dry, but I don't know where all the rainwater went. So yeah, you feel like you yourself, you've gone dry. You've got nothing left to give, um, nothing left to live for, maybe even. And I believe we were all dead or dying, but I see different in the blue light. There's no such thing as dawn or dusk. It's daylight until it is night. Yeah, and he had some other lines along that line. Uh, you live until you die, sort of idea. You got to fight through the dimming. You got to run into the west. You got to rage against the dying of the light. Live for the moment that's left. These are excellent lyrics, by the way. These are really well thought out, and yeah, I like this a lot. I think he's a good writer on this song anyway. I don't know, maybe this is his one good song, but I'm guessing there's a lot more. You got to fight through the dimming. So dimming, you know, that can be the light itself he's talking about, but it's also just within you, right? Within your mind. Sometimes the light seems to be going down. You're running out of water, etc. You got to run into the west while the sun's setting in the west. You got to rage against the dying of the light, and you just live for what's left. You live for now. You live for the moment. You got to fight against your demons. You got to run into the west. You got to rage against the dying of the light. Live for the moment that's left, because there's no such thing as a dying man. We're all alive till the moment we're dead, and a drowning man is just a living man who hasn't run out of his last bit of breath. And I think that's where he took that breath, right? So he played into the song very well. Right. There's no such thing as a dying man. Right. You're not dead till you're dead. And I think that resonates with me quite a lot for a number of reasons. But it's true. You're not dead until you're dead. And as I always say, do what you can do. So as you get older, particularly really old, certain things start to go, and you just do what you can do and do as much of it as you can and enjoy what you can. And there's a lot of things you can't, and things disappear, and yeah, you're not doing those backflips anymore if you ever did. But you know, do what you can do and focus on what is available still. So, like he says, rage against the dying of the light. I went down to the river, blowing out onto the sea. On my way to the ocean, let the spirit swallow me. I got low into in the water. I let the current guide my bones. I got nine kinds of trouble. I'm just trying to find my way home. And I think find your way home is not necessarily literal. I guess it could be, but I think it's more about finding yourself in a sense. Sort of an overworked term that can be very annoying, but you know what I mean. You're trying to find your way through this life, and it's not always easy. And it's not easy whether you're 8 years old, 18 years old, 25 years old, 40, 50, 100. I'm guessing I haven't got there yet. But it's true because we often like to see other people's lives as well. You got it easy, kid. Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. People talk to me about when do you ever like to be a kid again? Are you kidding? It wasn't that much fun in the first time. I don't want to do it again. Would I like to have my eyesight a lot better than it is now? Yes. Would I like a few other things to work better than they do now, like they did when I was young? Yes. But that doesn't mean I want to go back there and be a kid again. I just would like some of those things to work well. If I could pick and choose, then yes, maybe. But no, I remember too well that not everything was hunky dory back when I was 15 or 20 or any other age you want to pick in between that and where I'm at now, which I'm not telling. And when I do tell, I always say 99. So there you go. I love this song, Down to the River. I like Ben's voice. I'd like to hear more of it because it's hard to just listen to one song and say, "Oh yeah, that's I love that." For everything, but I did love it in this one, and I thought he did an excellent job. Beautiful setting too. I've never been to that park. It's not even that far from me, really, but maybe one day I'll get down there and see it if it's still there. Excellent. Let me know what else you'd like to hear, either from Ben Kaplan or anyone else. It's Ron from RJJ's Reactions. Until next time, keep listening, keep having fun. Bye bye for now.